Today I'm going to be taking a look at the Eachine Mini P47 Razorback. This is a scale ready to fly mini aeroplane, and importantly for me, it does not require any glue. It's got a flight controller, and it comes with this mini transmitter, mode 2, and also it's using Xbox pots. Luckily, this will bind to a Radiomaster TX16S, so I'm not even going to try to use this thing because with the Xbox pots, there's just no resolution there. Let's see what's inside. Opening the box, and we are presented with more foam. We have got the wings all in one piece, single servo, and a couple of wires. The transmitter, as I say, not good quality plastic. It's going to require batteries in the back. We've got a return home button, never a good idea on a plane that does not have GPS. And then we've got modes here, so I will be using that. So like stability, it says here that we've got middle and beginner and then advanced. So be interesting to see what those do. Fuselage here, really nice quality actually. Looks like we attach the tailplane with some screws. There is the tailplane, painted in silver. We've got some wheels, probably not going to use those either, you know, unless you're taking off from concrete, which is rare with something like this. We have got the fin, that's where the screws attach. This is the canopy. The propeller, it's a spare propeller, it's already got one on there. And this is a USB charger, and I think it's micro LOSI. Yeah, 1S micro LOSI, so to guess the battery must already be in here. So I was worried that they hadn't provided a battery, because it's not where it should be. That's where it goes, down the front there. And there's no canopy. The battery is just at the back there. The battery is a 1S 500 milliamp hour. I've got loads of these batteries back from the Hubsan days, so that's good. And I've got like a multi-charger for these as well. I recommend getting that because it's going to take forever to charge on the provided charger. They do give you a mini screwdriver and the screws. Time to put it together. This screw system doesn't seem that good because I've been tightening these screws for about 10 minutes and they just keep turning and turning. But the tailplane is fixed on. So I'm going to leave it at that before I like ruin a thread or something. These two wires have got to slot through here. One is for the servo, and then this little board here, it's just the on and off switch. That's all that does. Okay, well, I've put the wheels in. They are very wobbly and they're pointing the wrong way for a grass landing, so I'll see what happens there. The wing just bolts on with two screws, and I've put it on, but there's quite a bit of play in there, and the screws won't go in there any further, so hopefully that is fine. Also, the ailerons do not seem to line up properly. They sort of line up there, no, not quite, and then they don't line up there, and same with the other side. So maybe an adjustment needed there. The wires aren't the easiest to plug in because of the depth of this and how far you can get your fingers in there. So watch out for bending the pins. Also watch out for damaging the foam, which sadly I have done, fingernail mark. When trying to push these in, they require a lot of force. You're given a spare cap for the control linkage in case you lose one of those. There's two screws in there with like a flat head, and it says recommended to screw in the wheels. I'm not sure that screw would be big enough. Maybe just about there. There's a hole there for maybe one of those flat screws. I guess they are known to pop off with the angle that they are at. I haven't connected these up yet because I'm going to bind the Radiomaster and see if I need to change the length or anything like that. Okay, so the Radiomaster is bound. Just plug the battery in here, turn the switch on. It's running TAER on here. and the protocol MT99 with the sub option Dragon. Just press the bind button and it bound. I got the different mode selections on this switch, so looks like there is absolutely no stabilization in advanced. Then middle position, stabilization, that's probably going to be the one. Stabilization, but can still do rolls perhaps. And then complete beginner is probably going to be self level. You have to turn these in so that they match up. I've done the rudder here. I'm going to need to turn the ailerons out to level those up. This one here goes on the innermost hole, and this one in the middle. Well, it says middle, but the hole in the middle isn't big enough, so I've gone for the outer hole. I'll tell you what, I'm noticing a bit of a delay on the controls. Hopefully not too much of a problem. New toasty fire. It's just like flickering away, just ticking over on one bar. Are the flames for show? It's just so... That's posh, isn't it, that? Pizza. Oh, there's smoke coming off it, Phil. I think it's doing, you know.
I've turned it once, it might need it once more, but that's looking good.
That's all right. So is it done then, Phil?
It looks fantastic on this side, folks.
Yeah.
Right, I've not done this before. This is a work in progress. I've just happened to peel the aluminium off the bottom, and it's the dark side of the moon, baby. Oh boy. So we're gonna have to use emergency rations, I'm afraid.
Oh, look at that! It's got. Oh, there's no aileron at all. Nothing. Ugh. Oh, straight up this. Okay, so it's massively tail heavy is the problem. Okay. No, that's interesting. So that's why no ailerons then, because it basically. Yeah. Yeah, massively tail heavy then. And the battery won't go any further forward than that. Oh, wow. Okay, let's give this a go now with 15 grams of weight up the front. I'm in the beginner mode. Give it some throttle. Dead straight this time. So this is a bigger battery. I think it's either 650 or 750 milliamp. And in this beginner mode, the angle of the model is restricted. Flies nice and scale, but with that brush motor up the front, it's pretty much 70% throttle to get it flying. So it's too tail heavy out the box. So either a huge battery or some weights at the front, preferably a huge battery because then it's not a wasted weight. Okay, let's go into the middle mode. So it's stabilized, but the angle isn't limited and it's still climbing. Needs a touch of nose down. So still tail heavy with 15 grams of weight at the front. And that is a fail from Ishin, that is. It flies much slower than I expected. You know, the XK430, that required a lot of speed, otherwise it would stall out. This one, I think because it's much lighter with the geared brushed setup, it doesn't need that speed, but you couldn't fly it like in a sports hall. There's not enough authority, I don't think, on the ailerons. I don't know though. Getting some nice tight turns here using the rudder. Feels a little bit underpowered, and you know, they just should have spent more time with getting the CG right. God, those ailerons are sluggish. Now the stock transmitter that it comes with does have like a dual rate, and I'm using the Radio Master TX16S here, which I've tried all the channels. So channel 5 has got the modes on it. Channel 6 has got the one key return, one key being the word, don't use that. And there's no dual rate, so I can only guess that the rate is specific to the transmitter. In that case, this is the full throw that I'm getting, and it flies scale, I'll give it that, but it feels sluggish. That's full throttle, and yeah, you couldn't do a roll with it. Taking that back wheel off as well. Oh, it did a roll. It did do a very slow barrel roll. It got away from me though. That's full throttle. Try again. Not quite, but well, it does a roll though. Look at that. It does do a roll. Now, the question is, do I dare fly it with no stability? I would say there's probably no need to do that. But let's try it. That's completely off. Let's see how it flies. It's actually all right. It's all right. So no stability now. I can see it waggling in the wind, so a tiny bit of a breeze here today, but that's surprising actually. No stability at all in this last mode. And it flies nice. Full down required to do a roll. Am I the first to do a roll with this guy? I don't know. Let me know. Oh, you really have to time it right though. I don't think the flight time is going to be that great with all that weight up the front, dead weight. Do you reckon? Think it'll do a loop? Give it some height. Oh, that's downwind. So there's definitely some wind here today, but it's not bad at all. Full throttle, down. Oh! It did a loop. I did a loop. Oh, I can already feel the power going. Also, these batteries I'm using, not the stock battery because it's too light, but these are old Hubsan batteries. I think it says like an 11-minute flight you would get, but I don't think we're going to get that. It's enjoyable though. It's enjoyable. Yeah, you've got more aileron authority actually with the stability off. It's just a little bit shaky, like the wind's affecting it. I would not call this a beginner model though. That is something that companies let you think that, oh, beginner plane look tiny, you know, it's not scary, but actually the smaller the plane is, the more difficult it is to fly because you have to go faster. The bigger the plane it is, the easier it is to fly. And it's nice to fly, but I think if you were a beginner with a little bit of simulator time, you could get it going, but just out of the box, I don't know. I'm not too sure. It's nice with the Radio Master though. I've also read somewhere that you can put a different prop on it to get a bit more power out of it. I'm not too sure about that. I kind of like it though, because it flies scale, you can't just throw it about. You have to manage your energy. Full throttle, down, 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 down. Loop. So, Phil, it completely took stability off, yeah. And it flies nice, and it's got more aileron control.
Oh, great.
So, not much more, but when it's slower, whoa! How about that, eh?
Yeah, if they had full strip ailerons, might not look scale, but it gives you the edge on control.
Yeah. Another loop. I have to say, I'm having fun with it. I don't know if I'm having the amount of fun that this thing costs. I don't know what it costs. You'll have to check the link in the description. But do you know, with the flight controller turned off, I think I probably could get the turns just tight enough for an indoor flight, you know? What do you think? Look there. No?
No.
No.
The walls close in on you and the holes get very small very quickly.
That is true. Trying to keep a bit of speed on it. I tell you, it's a dull day, but it's just about perfect for this thing. Another loop. I don't think it's meant to do that, but whatever. Do you reckon do a stall turn?
Nope.
No, sounds like a challenge.
You need power to climb vertically for a start.
Ready? Oh! What was that? What was that?
The wind blew it over.
The wind, yeah. Man, you got a big smile on my face. Still turn, it does it, man. I can't believe that. It is tail heavy. It's got 15 grams of weight at the front there. It keeps going though now. I'm just thinking like maybe take that weight off and get like a 1000 milliamp battery. Yeah. If this is 650, 700, it's annoying because I've got one of those as well, just not got it with me. But
it can take the weight, no problem.
So perhaps the wrong thing that Ishin has done with this is just provided the wrong battery with it. I can't imagine that this is an Ishin design, like original design. Do you want another go, Phil, with the stability off?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, give it full throttle. Okay, there you go. That's stability off. What do you reckon? Bit better on the aileron. The only thing I noticed is it's just a little bit more wobbly on in the wind.
Yeah.
Better though,
Watch
I
those
think.
bank turns. Don't bank over too much because you tend to want to just
tip
right
over.
Yeah.
Yeah, stall. I'm so glad you had those weights with you, Phil. Oh, he's going for a low one. The wing caught it a bit there, eh? A bit lower down.
That's my excuse. I think as long as you can... Oh, battery.
Battery.
Okay.
Do a landing, do a landing. Good one.
Just sort the CG out and you're okay. It's good to go.
Yeah, I wish I bought some bigger batteries. I've got some, but there you go. That is my review of the Ishin P47. I'll put a link in the video description as well as a pinned comment if you wish to get one. Looks like it's waterproof. And as always, thanks so much for watching. Please continue to subscribe. Cheers.